look at that. That is either the luckiest shot I've ever seen or a very intelligent one. Hello everyone, Ellington here, and welcome back to the battlefield. And we are in the thick of it here. We've got ourselves a 3 versus 3 on the settlement of Alexandria. And I will tell you that I don't think that that was a lucky shot. And the reason is, I'm going to tell you. So, as you can see, we kind of started this recording a little bit into it. I didn't think we really needed to see the all the tortoises moving up, taking down the walls. You know, and we've all seen it a million times, right? So what they actually ended up doing here, so this slave infantry broke down the wall. It walked in and realized that there's nothing right here, right? But as it got in, it got a visual of this area, which we can't see right now. But what it saw was that there was a lot of troops lined up in this area. You know what that slave infantry did? It just walked out. It said, you know what? I'm not going to walk in here and die. It walked out and it sent a runner over to this artillery and said, hey, aim in that plaza because guess what? It is full of juicy targets, and I think that's exactly what they did. You can see this unit, or this ballista here has 49 kills, and I think it's only done 2 volleys, by the way. So anyways, let's get into the factions and the players. We've got Masacely being commanded by Zero Chilling. We've got Seleucid being commanded by Bloody Stranger. And finally, we've got Getae being commanded by Pacifist. For the defenders, we've got Nabatea being commanded by Axe Minister, Carthage being commanded by Beastmaster, and finally, Pergamon somewhere over here being commanded by Grey Wolf. Excuse me, Grey Wolf. So we got some Italian swords getting attacked by some very, very terrifying Eastern spearmen. You know, one chevron on those Eastern spears, by the way. Got a whopping 15 melee attack. Woohoo! But you can see the Italian swords, I believe, use their javelins on that Eastern spear. Well, I don't know, because they've got 29 kills, and it's on that Eastern spear. That one's taking quite a bit of damage. Syrian archers have now moved forward. I think they're going to shoot right at this desert levy on the edge of the wall here. Well, maybe not. No, they're going to engage the Balearic Slingers. Not sure what the Balearic Slingers are specifically doing up here, but they are not going to get an angle on those Syrians, but I'm pretty sure those Syrians might be able to get an angle on them. Carthage Italian Sword's going to go engage the Eastern Spears that are in square formation. Nothing quite going over this way. We've got some towers set up here, and then more tortoises set up there. I think that they're going to try and just kind of take out this wall. The reason I think that is because this wall here tends to be pretty glitchy. Sometimes one will work and one won't, and then this one will and that one won't. And it's really awkward and weird. Nice javelins from Getae, so Eastern Spears engaged on the Italians there, but the javelins from the Axe Warriors hitting right into the edge. And it is the non-shielded side of the Italian swords, so should be relatively effective here. Look at that, actually doing really well. Now, honestly, Carthage making a good call there of a disengaging from that Eastern Spear and setting up, you know, to better take those javelins and maybe convince Getae not to throw them anymore. 36 kills on those javelins, nicely done. Now, I believe they have cleaned up this a little bit. Maybe not, because we got a Nagima Spear, some more Desert Levy moving forward, Galatian Swords up there, and then the Galatian Sword back here just got hammered by a volley from the artillery. Light Peltis getting their own there. Oh, God. 106 on the artillery. Then maybe getting some slave infantry going to move forward. Syrians setting up here. Wonder what they shall shoot at. Now, the Axe Warriors and the Eastern Spears are relatively engaged here. Axe Warriors kind of here. The Eastern Spears, I don't think they're actually engaged. No, it doesn't look like it. So it's mainly the Mercenary Axe Warriors there. 53 kills on them so far. And then Syrians are shooting at, I believe, the Balearics. I'm not really sure what the Balearics are doing up here, to be honest with you. They don't really have much of an angle to shoot at, and really they're honestly just getting shot in the back by the Syrians. And I think he's just realizing that. I think he's going to try and get them out of there. Get your men out of there! And then the Galatian Swords now going in. And then artillery still shooting back in the back. I can't tell, is he shooting manually? Three are loaded, and one... No, he's not shooting manually, but it just looked like they were oddly accurate, you know what I mean? Still just a, kind of a probing push at the moment. Really just a couple units going in, testing the defenses, kind of getting a feel for what's going on. Nothing too crazy going on yet. Same thing on the defense. They're not really throwing a whole lot into this yet. They're not, doing a whole lot here, which is fine. That's okay. Got a couple, you got a Gagima Spear set up here, and you can see they have spread out a bit. They don't have anything else in this kind of central area. So they learned from that. They took a couple bad arty hits, and they said, you know what? No. Now, they do have a little bit of an issue here. Well, it looks like the Eastern Spear broke before it could finish its job. But the Eastern Spear was busting down this wall, which is going to make this a little bit harder to hold. But it looks like the artillery is going to try and finish that one off. It's at 99%, so it needs one hit and it's down. Boom, gone. Now, if the defenders want to continue holding this, all they really have to do is just set something to guard this breach, and they're probably good to go. Some Javi tosses that, it's all right. I think you might be better off if you were to call them up and kind of shoot in here, or call them up and shoot there. Because right now they're just kind of throwing in kind of an odd position. Got some armored desert hoplites set up here. And once again, you got mercenary axe warriors. They've come into the breach, set up in a column, and using this kind of gap between the Italian swordsmen to throw their javelins through. I'm interested because I'm kind of intrigued that the mercenary axe warriors are not shooting their javelins at the Italian swordsmen instead. Either they're lucky or they're lucky is my thought on it. Mercenary axe warriors do not have a controllable volley. Galatian swords throwing their javies at the slave infantry. I mean, there's probably better things you could save that for, but my question is, will you ever get that chance? It's either you throw their javelins at a low-tier unit, or they throw a bunch of low-tier units into this unit and kill it, and it never uses its javelins. So it's kind of a give-or-take thing there, you know what I mean? In the end, the main question is, do you get the value out of the kills? And if you feel like that is really kind of the hot topic, isn't it? I think what Pergamon, could probably do here is adjust his Galatian swords to be kind of at an angle and set his Gagima spears at another angle and throw into the edge of that axe warrior. Get a lot better angles and shots there. So you can see Seleucid here got some thorax swords set up, but then look at that Syrian archer's really nice angle into the back of I think he's shooting at the Italian swords, but he might be shooting at the armored desert hoplites. And Carthage isn't doing anything about it. He should probably get an archer here and try and, there we go. Might be too late, but he's getting that archer, a couple archers actually. So that is good. That is the biggest kind of downside to this spot, is that you can set an archer here and hit the back of that. Now it looks like Seleucid is trying to be cheeky with his archers here. Trying to run around, not get hit as much. It's really kind of stupid. So as Carthage at this point, stop firing. As soon as you see he's moving around, just quit firing. You see his command orders. He's literally command here, command here, command here, command here. Just keeping that unit running around so it doesn't get hit. So if you see that as Carthage, or as this Carthage player, just stop firing. Now once he comes back over here, just keep an eye out for it. Once he comes back over here and sits down to shoot again, then shoot at him. If he wants to keep running around, that's fine. That means he's not firing his bows. Okay, don't waste your shots on a unit that's just running around trying to kite you. Ooh, dry fire on that Javi throw. And then so the Glacian Sword charged in, and the Agimas threw in, not for much of effect there. Same thing, the Thorax here from Seleucid, kind of just throwing, not really at anything. You could hear some artillery coming in. This sea shanty medley has been in my brain here from a group called Home Free, and it like keeps coming into my head, and I'm just and I don't know why it just kind of keeps popping into my head. Heaver up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heaver up and away we'll go away along the plains of Mexico. Sorry, I messed that up. But look at this. So Getae putting his Mercenary Axe Warriors up on the walls. Thorax Swords engaged. And the Axe Warriors are going to use their Javies down off the walls there. Now, I'm not 100% sure why, but the defenders should probably be guarding that wall. Because as of right now, if the attackers wanted to, they could just kind of walk down it. I'm not sure it would be super beneficial to the attackers at the moment, but the option is open. There you go. You guys got your singing of the video. There you go. Gallic Warriors charging in against Axe Warriors here. Axe Warriors 106, and the Gallic Warriors relatively fresh, 35 kills, so I think it's used some of its javelins. Nothing quite yet coming through the breach here. Gallic Warriors going to guard that. Look at that. Mercenary Axe Warriors still throwing. 52 kills. Ooh, and the, what is that? Light Peltis throwing up onto the walls there. Now the issue with it, I wouldn't be throwing this one up there, but this one throwing up is not a bad idea because you can get into their sides a little bit. It is shielded, but this one on the front is throwing right into their shields. It is getting some, I mean, yeah, it is getting some, but I do think it's a little bit of a waste of ammo. Especially, you got a Nabatean Axe Warrior that's going to finish it off, so I would just stop throwing at that point. Glacian Swords, 50 kills. Thorax Swords, 67, so they're doing pretty well, but Glacian Swords are a lower tier infantry. Nothing quite over here. And it doesn't look like the attackers have quite, well, they've got a Syrian here. So they do have a Syrian waiting to shoot over here if they want to. And I don't know if they'll be able to get that volley off just from that angle, but the thing about it is that the Carthaginians cannot shoot at them quite yet. Now they can. You cheeky. He's doing the same thing. He's doing this thing where he's kind of like moving around. There you go, he moved back out. I think he's just trying to tempt Carthage to shoot more at him. He's not even looking to shoot. He's just wasting volleys. Nabatean or heavy archers now up here. Now what are they doing? Shooting over at the Thorough Spears, it looks like. Oh, more artillery coming in. What's that already at? 236. God almighty. It's way too many kills for an artillery. Now look at this. The Nabatean Axe Warriors. Nabatea doing the same thing to Gete as what he just did to him. Nice javelin volleys there. Look at that. Nicely done by Nabatea. Archers have lost one, but honestly, Carthage is, I really think, used quite a bit of volleys on them now. For really not very many kills. I mean, that's from a combination of this unit and another unit. But honestly, for how many volleys have been put into it, like I said, if you see them trying to juke you off with those archers and stuff like that, just stop firing. If they want to stop and actually shoot, then take a shot on them. But other than that, I wouldn't try to chase them off with archers. Now, Nabatean Axe Warriors coming off of the walls now. Got another heavy archer over here. But look at this, seeing more units moving forward now. A lot of the Dacian heavy bows, which are a solid enough archer. So you got 4 Syrians and 4 Dacian heavy bows. On the defense, you've got the 4 Nabatean heavy archers and the 3 Cretans. So honestly, a pretty good archer challenge on both sides. And both sides have factions that don't really have... One doesn't have very good archers and one doesn't have archers. Aesacely only has slingers, and Peltis and Pergamon here has standard archers and Peltis and slingers. The Gema Spears moving over. It looks like maybe they're going to get up on the walls and maybe shoot down, possibly. Got a armored desert hoplite, excuse me, I cannot talk, guarding the breach here, but the Thorax don't seem very interested in coming down. You know what? I bet he's using the Gema Spears to chase off the archers. Smart move there by Pergamon. By having a javelin men up there, or at least they can throw javelins, they can throw down onto those archers. A good move. Light Peltis, 77 kills and 20 kills. And then maybe the archers looking like they're going to get up on the walls now. I think they might try to shoot over here, possibly. But then you got the Nabatean Axe Warriors moving over. Maybe they're going to charge in the back and finish off the Mercenary Axe Warrior. 106 on the Mercenary there. Gema Spears at 105. I'm not sure what's going on. They've got like a conga line thing going over here. Mercenary Axe Warrior is actually going to come and hit that unit. I get some easy kills, honestly. I'm wondering if the pathing is just being dumb. I wonder if he gave that unit a command to do something else, but it just decided to go weird and walk along in a conga line like this. Gallic Warriors look like they're going to come over and assist. Honestly, on this unit up on the wall, I know he probably like, oh, it's up here, so now I'm just going to use it. I think I'd hold that ammo. I think your idea here of coming up here to chase off the archers actually is a great idea. And I would just save that ammo for a little bit, you know? A fresh Galatian sword going in, supporting the Gema Spear here. And the Nabatean Axe Warriors actually went up on the wall. So I think that does support that. I think that they were trying to put them on the wall and they just pathfounded? Weird? I don't know. English is odd and weird. I think this is wasted ammo. You know, it's a Thorough Spear, which is, you know, a solid unit, I guess, but once again, you're kind of throwing straight into the combat. I just don't think it's worth the ammunition there. Looks like the Dacian heavy bows have moved forward. I think shooting over here at either the Peltis or the Nabatean heavy archers. Still nothing quite coming over here, and this over here is pretty easy. Nothing, a lot going on. Desert Legionaries, 124 out of 160. They got 56 kills. And got another Gallic warrior, looks like getting ready to move into that combat. Yeah, the Nabatean heavy archers getting shot by the Dacian heavy bows, but they are not returning fire. Yeah, and they're running away, I guess. Then you got the Cretans over here shooting, not even really into the side. So once again, I think you have Pergamon adjust his formation to expose the backs of the Thorax sword. Then I think you get a better shot there. Once again, that song just keeps playing in my head. It's been stuck in my head for like 2 days now, and it's killing me. I think it's awesome. If you get a chance, go check out that video. It's called Sea Shanty Medley by Home Free, and it's awesome. And honestly, a lot of you may have already heard it. There's like 5 different songs. You have the Wellerman, you have Lever, Johnny Lever, I think is the other one. And then there's a couple other ones that I had never heard before. Heave her up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. Yeah, these Galatian swords are just running away. They were broken. A couple Thorax swords waiting to go into combat. Then the Nabatean axe warriors getting focused down by the Dacian heavy bows. It's a good target. You know, they really don't like archers, excuse me. You can see one volley just doing some pretty good damage to them. Here we go. One of the tortoises has been activated. Got a Thoroughspears, excuse me, coming over here. Looks like he's gonna maybe bust down this. Not sure if he wants to take down the stairway, though. I don't know. Maybe he's going to try and come after the corner wall. Archers shooting over at the Galatians. And then the Gallic warriors trading out with Agema spears. Oh, I see. They're going to come back here. Oh, no. Carthage! Carthage! Oh, man. So they're going to come engage that Thorax, which is going to buy them, I think, just enough time. But their archers are in a bad, bad spot. Gallic warriors coming over. Oh, man, that was almost really, really bad there for Carthage. Gallic warriors luckily caught that Thorax sword in time, and then they've got another unit going to come and sandwich it. But here we go. Syrian archers now going to shoot the back of the Gallic warriors, because the Cretans are out of position now, so they can't counter off that Syrian anymore at the moment. Once they get rid of this Thorax, they can do it, but, you know, if these Syrians get free reign here, that Gallic warrior is not going to last very long. Look at it losing units. Cretans look like they're going to try and get an angle here, but I don't think they can. It probably will tell him he's got the range, but I don't think he's got the angle. Look at where they're sitting. Sitting actually behind the tower. Great positioning. Look at this. They cannot even see this unit. Attackers being very patient. Very, very patient. Using their archers well. Bounce power is pretty even. It might be a teensy-weensy hair in the defender's favor, but it is by the hair. The Thorax sword is pinned here, losing quite a bit of soldiers, but, I mean, that Gallic warrior is just getting wasted. Look at it. Look at all the dead bodies there. But because of the Desert Legionary, the Gallic warrior is going to go here, leaving the other Gallic warrior to finish off the Thorax. Combat even there. I would probably bring in something a little better, and Carthage needs to be careful. Dacian heavy bows are shooting him for free right now. Oh, man. He is shooting back, it looks like. Oh no, is he? Now he's shooting back. But I think it's a bad idea. You got 2 Dacian heavy bows shooting over at you, and you're all by yourself shooting back. I think if you're not even out, you should bail. Get out of this combat, right? I mean, you got your, let's see, one archer here. I don't know. He's got another one somewhere. But this one is by himself getting double teamed by a pretty decent bow. Cretans are better than Dacian heavy bows, but it's a 2v1 right now. So the Cretans not having fun. The Desert Legionaries busted through the Gallic Warriors, and now they're going to go finish off the Akima Spear. Got Nabatean Axe Warriors moving over. The Cretans just... I think a bad, oh no, and now, oh, the Syrians also have a shot on him. Oh no. 73 kills on the Cretans, but they're gone, man. Like, 35 men left in him, and he's still trying to take a fight. Oof. Not the fight you want to be taking there, Carthage. The Syrians from Seleucid have re-designated targets here. I think they're shooting into the sides of the Nabatean Axe Warriors. Now the Desert Legionaries, coming around, and they're probably going to do the same thing. Nice javelin volley by the Legionaries. Thorax Sword kind of looped around there. Italian Sword. Somehow this Cretan is alive. I don't know how. But the Dacian heavy bows have now moved over here. Got the Nabatean heavy archers. Look like they're going to try and take that fight. Once again, they're juking them. Shoot at the one that's shooting at you. This guy that's just moving around, he's just juking you, man. He's taking damage, but what he's doing, he is alleviating some of that damage. He's taking away some of the missile damage that you were doing to him because you're hitting a moving target, which means you're not hitting them as solidly, and it's just, if they're not, yeah, just stop. You're wasting ammo. Light Peltus must be out of ammo. Only 47 kills. Not the greatest there for Pergamon. Seeing some really good plays here. Honestly, both sides have done really well. The attackers have paced themselves. They have taken their time. They have used their javelins very well. They've used their archers well. The defenders have, when they've made mistakes, they typically have recovered from them relatively well. So when their artillery was hitting them really hard, they really got out of those positions quickly and did pretty well there. You know, and then the defenders have definitely I don't feel like they have misused their units, really. They have taken good fights, and they have tried to, you know, counteract any positions that the attackers have done, you know. So it's been a good overall fight, I think. Switching out here, Carthage and Nabatea. Got Italian Sword switched out with the Nabatean Axe Warriors. That's a good call. Nabatean Axe Warriors are good at charging into things, so for something that, you know, you want to try and keep them moving. They have that Frenzy Charge, which really helps out. Only 20 charge bonus, but you pop that Frenzy Charge and it really helps out. I like the faction matchups here. You got some good factions on both sides, and you have some other factions that are, you know, maybe not quite as, you know, high on the tier list. I think a little bit of wasted javelins here. They're throwing at stuff they don't really have great targets at. Nabatean Axe Warriors going against Thorax there. Nice charge, but Nabatean Axe Warriors, 19 men, only 28 kills. Not the greatest. Really, Pergamon, I don't really know what you're throwing at here. You know, you're throwing over the heads at stuff that's back behind, but once again, you're throwing right into their shields. Now, something you could do is maybe set up a light peltist over here and throw into the sides there. I think would probably be a little better. You could probably do the same thing with your Agema Spear. But throwing straight into the unit is just not as suggested. Here we go, more and more units. Here comes the rushes of the attackers. They feel confident in going in now. Got heavy spears coming in first. Switching out with the thorax. Now you got Desert Legionaries behind. Noble swords here now. Getae is a good faction for, it's cheap. You can bring a lot of your high tier factions just because honestly it really doesn't have a lot of mid tier. You can bring the mercenary axe warriors, but you can only bring 4 of them, and that means that outside of that, so you basically have noble swords at like 1260, I think. Then your mercenary axe warriors in the mid tier slot, but you can only bring 4. And I think they're only 600, and then under that you only have mercenary falksmen, which are dirt cheap but have no armor, so they're kind of a high risk unit, you know what I mean? And so that does mean that honestly Getae is one of those factions where you bring like 4 or 5 noble swords, then you're like 4 mercenary axe warriors, and then kind of go from there. Here we go, heavy spears getting up on the walls. Going to engage some armored desert hoplites up there. You can see that the defense is kind of pulled back into this. Something I might suggest here is kind of a box formation, make a kill box. Once again, that allows for different angles. What it actually also allows is archers over here to shoot into the backs of some of those units. Another downside they've got is, since they've lost this side, they do have the option of putting archers in here to be able to shoot into the sides and backs of the defense here, so they need to be careful of that. They'll probably need to use probably Carthage's archers over here to counter that. Carthage using his archers in this little nook over here. What I would probably suggest, though, is give up a tiny bit of ground, fall back to there. Then from this spot, you get a really, really beautiful back shot. It looks like the defenders are, well, I don't know. I thought maybe they were pulling back into something like that, but I don't think they are. Light Peltist going in here. 131 kills. Pretty good there. But this one, Light Peltist 93 kills. They're probably out of ammo. They've got kind of a little bit of a slipway here for the attackers, or kind of getting some troops through. I honestly think what they're doing is I think they're doing this and this. Once again, thus allowing Nabatea's archers to shoot over here. Needs to be careful, though, because Getae is bringing archers over, I think, to shoot at that. Nabatea has lost some archers here, 70 out of 160. And I think Getae is coming to take that fight again. He's only got 42 kills on his archers. Ooh, Scutari now engaged. Scutari is a really good unit. Mercenary Scutari for Carthage. Scutari usually come from the Iberian faction of Aravaki. I think this is a good move here. Nabatea is going to threaten with his cav. You know, the Dacian heavy bows are all over here by themselves, and he's going to use that cav to threaten them, get them to run away, and I think that is a smart move. He doesn't even have to go in and kill anything, honestly. All he has to do here is just get them to run. But I don't think you go into this. Threaten, but why engage, Nabatea? Oh, I think that was a bad move, especially you got the Royal Peltist back up here. Royal Peltas have a controllable Pila, so he could just throw right at this cav unit. And I think that was a bad move there by Nabatea. I loved the move of using them to threaten away the archers. I hated this move of engaging against the legionaries. So Nabatea's general lost, honestly, for nothing. Literally 0 kills on them. Oh, man. Ugh. I'm not trying to sound harsh or anything, but that was a bad call, man. I'm just being honest there. That was a bad call. Syrian archers now shooting over here. Honestly, I'm starting to see, like, I think they had a solid start out, but as the battle's kind of moved on, I feel like the defense has gotten a little bit sloppier here. Just kind of fallen into traps, I think. They're allowing the attackers to dictate the battle, and I think that is bad for them. I think that the defenders want to be the dictators of how this goes, and I think they've given up that initiative. I think you want to control the pace of this. On either side, you know, I think it is a combat of dictation of how each combat goes, if that makes sense, in the way that you want to decide where to fight, when to fight, how to fight. You don't want the other side deciding that for you, and I think that the defenders are letting that happen right now. And I think that's really hurting them. I'm honestly wondering if we're going to see a little bit of a fallback, something of a give up on this center plaza. Man, that Dacian heavy ballista ending at 320 kills. Very nice for Getae. But you can see that they have now busted through here. So Carthage is still defending this, but Seleucid now getting through this. So I really think they're probably just going to defend on the Colosseum now. Hopefully the Colosseum is gone. Once again, I think Carthage should just give this up. Why? I don't see the point to engaging here. Now he's going to get flanked there. See the Desert Legionaries now making their way through. Making their way downtown. Anybody know that song? Come on. Come on. And here we go. Desert Cohort coming in now. Demon Spears 116. Desert League Cohort either going to go engage here or they're going to wrap around. Royal Peltas now in as well. Desert Legionaries, yeah, they just walked past. They're going through here. Thorough Spears have that handled, so the Desert Legionaries just going to walk past. Nabatean heavy archers, please tell me you're not out of ammo. See those, like, floating swords? Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phones. I don't know if anybody else saw that. Oh, no, they're not out of ammo. Their bows just got out. Nabatea. Oh, no. Run away. Oh, big oof. Big oof. Yeah, this defense is just, all of a sudden, it's just going incredibly badly. I don't know that it was ever like going, oh my gosh, the defenders are hugely in the lead, you know, but all of a sudden they are in a really bad position. Noble Swords now engaging over here, Armored Desert Hoplites. I think you're probably better off holding kind of back in this point. Got a Noble Sword General from Getae moving around to the plaza. I think I just heard some artillery. Did someone survive? Yes, look at that. The Nabatean artillery has survived. And we got a Armored Desert Hoplite. Oh, there's some artillery. Okay, Carthage. You've been holding out on us, eh? There's some really nice shots over here for him. Noble Sword, Royal Peltis General. Royal Peltis Gen has taken some damage, I think, from Carthage's archers. Fresh one, 232. Yeah, like that archer has done very well. They're engaged up on the walls, but look at this, heavy Numidian skirmishers firing up, or throwing, I guess I should say, up at the wall. Oh, man.
Make them bleed.
No. Nabatea, you're controlling your artillery, so you don't know your archers are in combat. Oh, no. Oh, 37 kills. They're not communicating with each other, because if they were communicating with each other, somebody would say, hey, Nabatea, your archers are in combat. Sorry, that's... Ugh. Just gonna be silent for a sec. I just think that, honestly, if I remember correctly, I think this was some sort of tournament practice. When you are playing, guys, the communication is the key thing here. I have seen teams with really good players fail because they didn't communicate. And I've seen teams with okay players do very well because they were able to talk with each other and have a true plan of how to go about something. And we're always constantly communicating, okay, hey, this needs to go here, this needs to go, hey, okay, now move this, all right, now, okay, this, you know, just constant communication between players. If your voice chat sounds silent, you're doing it wrong. That's the thing I've got to say. You can really tell when it's happening. Just talk to each other, communicate about what's happening. Don't get all pissed off if somebody tries to not micromanage, but communicate with you on something that's happening, because maybe they don't know if you know it's happening or not. It's just, that is the biggest thing. Talk to each other. The attackers have every amount of initiative in this battle. For our D&D players, they rolled a nat 20 on their initiative, and they got +5 right now. They are going first. They have every amount of control of how this battle goes. Royal Peltis from Seleucid sneaking around the side. And actually another Royal Peltis all the way over here engaging the Agema General for Pergamon. And he's going to fall back behind the Nabatean pikes. Galatian swords have engaged this Royal Peltis, but now they're going to run over here. It's just, they're all over the place. I don't really know what the vision of the defense is here. There's no, there's no cohesion to what's happening. I gotta stop doing that. I feel like I'm like ragging on someone. I gotta stop. I don't want to sound like a dick, but not sure what the pikes are doing there. They look like a porcupine. Royal Peltis 243. This Galatian sword is now gone. Noble swords 161. They're now moving over. But honestly, they can't really do much against the pikes, so... But heavy Numidian skirmishers can do a lot of damage to pikes. Let's see, Noble Swords, Desert Cohort, Desert Cohort. See, Noble Sword's now pulling out of, no, Desert Legionary's pulling out of combat. Noble Sword's going into combat. Syrians look like they still have ammo. Then the Dacian heavy bows definitely. Look at all the archers moving up. The where'd the pike go? I know it's not dead, so where did it go? They're right for running away. It's back here. They ran that sumbitch away as quick as they possibly could. It's right call because look at all this. Actually, some of the archers, or some of the Nabatean stuff still around. But heavy enemy skirmishers, Dacian heavy archers, gonna really make short work of that. It's not going to last very much longer. I think the Dacian heavy bows are trying, what are they? They're probably trying to shoot over here. So if Nabatea has still got archers or something, he should probably be trying to get rid of that. This is not looking good. Pike's coming over here. They've got a decent amount over here, but you can see more and more units pulling over. Nabatean axe warriors, got Libyan infantry. They're trying to get into this combat. Actually, they may be trying to come over here. Honestly, I don't know why they are not trying to book it back to the point, because I think they're in a really bad position right now. Bounce power has way swung in the attacker's favor. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. See, pikes are now pulling back. Pikes may not make it, man. Look at this. They may have to throw something in to slow this down. Maybe the archers. The pikes went into pike formation and stopped in the middle of the street. Oh no. Well, the pike is going to have to hopefully get the hell out of Dodge through the back door here. I really hope he's not just going to throw it into combat. He may have decided to pull back just because of this. You know, because of that, maybe he should go to the back door, but I would also get rid of the pike phalanx. So they went into a kill box, but... What? They don't have anything. Their entire army is stuck on the other side of the map. Come on, guys. You know better than this. Like, these are guys that are in the Dragon Corps, and I know that at least some of them are going to watch this. And I hope you guys don't think I'm ragging on you, but man, y'all know better than some of this. I expect better than some of what's going on in this battle. I'm a little disappointed, guys. This capture point is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Not sure why it's saying that this is being captured. There's nothing in the point. Maybe, oh, it's, what? These like 2 noble swords are over here. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And over here, like, you just have a bunch of units that are just in bad positions here. Got an Agema spear that's engaging a noble sword, just getting shot in the back. And, like, doesn't even look like they're trying to pull anything back. Look at this. They got all this stuff sitting here. Go! What are you doing? They got a pike that's at least tying down a desert cohort, but I still think it's in a position it shouldn't be in right now. I would take this tiny little Italian sword, throw it in there to slow it down, and get the pike out and go defend your point. Please. It's going to come to, the only chance that the defenders have right now on finishing this is time, and it is going to be down to the second. Noble Sword now sneaking through a gap. So you got, what, Sam Knights and Sam Knights. Good javelins here, but I would bet, if you're going to do javelins, I would probably make this a little smaller. Now Sam Knight's going to come over. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Engage there, mate, and then engage that one there.
Put up the shield wall!
Now they're going shield wall. Or no, Gette's going shield wall. Samnites breaking or they were wavering at 102 men. Oh, the general's bodyguard just got shot. Oh, man. Here we go, some units showing up, kind of.
Forward! Bleed them! Cut them down!
What was that?
Orders!
Oh my god. Noble Sword, 362 kills. That's just disgusting. That is very good for that unit.
Move it!
Samnite's doing well enough, but they're all by themselves. I don't know. I just don't get what they were doing. Like, I don't understand. Look at this. They still have units over here.
Get ready!
Just why?
Warriors, withdraw! Warriors, move out!
Here we go. Libyan infantry. Look, the reinforcements have come. The Balearic slingers that are much needed to get rid of some of this stuff. Just trying to get rid of the general. General's dead, so I guess it doesn't matter at this point. It's going to be close, guys. This is going to be close, close, close battle.
Move it!
I think if the defenders can keep them bottled up here, they have a chance. The attackers, I think they're making a little bit of a mistake not pursuing this back door at the moment. Although we don't really know if they have anything or not. We're looking from the attacker's point of view, so they could have stuff back there. Baleric's now, I think, duking it out with the Syrians. If the Libyans had ammo still, that'd be a good angle, but I don't think they do. They have 74 kills. I'm pretty sure they're out. Got a Desert Legionary coming around the back. Thing is going to be, is he coming around quick enough? And is there anything guarding it back there? Because if there is something guarding it, then that's a different story. I'm going to say no, because that Nabatean Axe Warrior just pulled away and is going over there. General's bodyguard is going to go over too and probably die to javelins. Javelins didn't get off dry fire. But the general's bodyguard is basically just trying to buy time for the Nabatean Axe Warriors to get over. That's what they're doing. They're buying time, just trying to play for time. Nabatean Thorax Pike moving over now. Honestly, I would just sit his ass right there.
Break off!
Don't go out there. Please don't go out there. You can maybe even... Oh, broke.
Warriors, move out! Move
Still
it!
got one over here. Army losses.
Warriors, move out!
So close. All right, broken. Got one last unit over here. Whoops. And that is GG. Wow. Very, very, very close game. Whew. Well, time-wise, it was. So for the attackers, we got Bloody Stranger, 2134. I'm pretty sure his archer's still at ammo. 277 on the Royal Peltist. And then look at that, 220, 185 on the Thorax. 0 chilling as Masacely, 1883. 200, 227, 198. Pretty well done there. Pacifist as Gete with 2398. Look at the Noble Swords, 313, 367, 224, then a really healthy one at 148. For the defenders, we got Axe Minister as Nabatea, 1307. Yeah, his infantry just did not do well. I think that's really the obvious thing here. We've got Beastmaster as Carthage, 1713. 232 on the archers, 124, 121. Infantry, definitely. I mean, the Sam Knights, look at that, just not performing very well. Then finally, Grey Wolf has Pergamon with 1,849 kills, 120, 133, 219 on the Galatian Swords. Look at that, 117 with double chevron. Well, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.